I recently got home from a business trip, and one of the questions that somebody asked me was, why do I ask people repeatedly what they've learned? And the answer is really simple. Leaders are learners. And I think any of us, whether you're an intern or a CEO, if you're 9 or 90, I think those that are in a state of learning and experiencing the world through curiosity and creativity live happier lives, live more productive lives, more successful lives. So for me, I like to learn through experiences. I believe that the best way to learn something is to experience it, is to do it, kinesthetically, be a part of it. And I like to learn through the lens and the eyes of other people. So when I'm asking someone, for example, if I'm sitting with an engineer, one of my counterparts, we can geek out on code because of my background there. If I'm sitting with someone who's a medical professional, I don't know anything about that world. By asking the same question to different people, I get different perspectives. So by understanding what they learned and what the experience was, what I can see is the patterns that show up for them. And that helps me to sort of close the loop on my blind spots. It gets me more of a 360 picture of the things around me. By being able to learn something from someone else, then I have the opportunity to build a relationship with them where I can then teach them something. And then we can build this relationship of reciprocity, which I think is something that a lot of people don't think about. It's the more that you give, the more that you naturally receive. And now I don't want to sound all new agey on you, but for me, the reason I like to understand the things that people are learning is it then allows me to ask questions and to calibrate as a result of it. So if I was to ask the audience right now, what's an example of something that you learned, Mr. Camera Guy, on the last trip? What was something that you learned?
Learned the importance of, or on location lighting equipment. Basically
Awesome.
Realizing the different temperatures and kind of having to deal with that on the fly.
Right. So one of the things that we picked up on, the reason I asked you why that was important is that you were probably feeling like a lot of the content that you've been putting out, you weren't happy with the lighting because you didn't have control over it. So now when you're in this situation where everything was changed, you didn't realize, oh man, this is going to be overly dark, or I don't have enough light, or the temperature or the color of this light's going to be really tough for me to color correct, right? So the reason you learned that was because you went through that experience. And you're not going to learn that through a PowerPoint. You're not going to learn that through an email. You have to learn by being in that place with the camera, with the different lighting condition, right? So I feel like the reason I ask those questions is that then it helps me understand the things that you're learning. So if I understand that shoot setup and lighting is a big thing that you're interested in, I can share the things that I've learned over the years about that topic with you. I can share resources with you. So the other day I asked a designer in a design review, what did we learn from that client meeting and that feedback? And the designer said, I learned that I was focusing too much on the decisions that I made and didn't explain it through the view of the user. So what do we mean by that? And they were talking about font choices and grid and specific composition choices, which were very, very sound. And if their audience was a designer, the designer would really appreciate the thoughtfulness that went into the grid and the selection and the composition of that typography and all of the major things. But the audience was really someone who was more focused on what is the outcome that this design experience is going to perform. So I think when you understand more about your audience by asking questions, then you can start to really understand the things that they really need or want. And the more you understand what your audience needs or wants, the more that you can be of service to the person that you're communicating with.